Okay, well, hi everyone. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Liam Hartley back with you today, and I'm doing a second interview today with Bob Wilson, a good friend of mine. It's a favour for a friend, and he's doing some amazing things in the fight game, which is why we're catching up. Many of you will remember from our previous interview that Bob has overcome some amazing things in his life to get where he is today and to be the man and the fighter that he is today. And the journey continues because this is actually going to last year in the fight game going forward.
Yep.
Obviously, 14 wins, 8 defeats, some big fights coming up, and an inspirational message as well. So stay tuned, everybody, and buckle up. It's going to be a great talk. And Bob, my friend, really good to have you back here. I mean, I was saying just how before we turned it on, I can't believe it's been a year since we've done the last one. So,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Nice to see you again.
yeah, nice
I
to
know
see.
we've been speaking a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to speak about everything, my friend. Good to speak about absolutely everything. And obviously, starting with what you've got upcoming. So I'm going to start with the fights, and then we'll talk about some other areas of it as well. But
Yep.
you've got this upcoming fight with Nathan Pierce coming up now. How are you feeling? How's preparations going? Tell us a little bit about the fight, please, mate.
Yeah, the fights come as a bit of a surprise. Dan Ward's done a bit of a sideshow with Christian Roberts, and Dan Ward's the first opponent I we're going to have, before I fought by him. So it's all like gone a bit weird, like how that's happened. But yeah, this fight's for British title. Whoever wins this will get a chance to get to British champion. So it's a big fight.
Absolutely, big opportunity. And like I was saying before, I'm well happy for you, mate, that you're getting the big opportunities that you deserve. And
Yeah.
how are the preparations going? I mean, how are you feeling on the build up to it and everything? How's your training going?
Yeah, I've kept training all year round, so it's not like before where I was just starting back off again. I've had a full year of training, so it's going to be good. Nate Pierce is a quite a dangerous opponent. Apparently, I've had 5 big knockouts, so he's a big puncher. So it's going to be a good exciting fight, this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action. And big shout out to everyone that you mentioned there, Dan, and Christian, and all the lads, top lads as well. Awesome. So yeah, and then obviously from there, as I understand it as well, you've got another exciting opportunity because you sent a message earlier about the prize fight and how that works with potentially being a trilogy of fights and everything. So let's walk through that a little bit as well because that sounds really awesome. To be fair.
Yeah, I got unselected for that. This prize fighter tournament. It's like I think it's called Warriors only, so it's all Warriors, known Warriors, no poster boys. So it's just going to be all out Warriors in the tournament. It's going to be 8 fighters, 8's being selected. So if I beach final, I'm going to be having 3 fights in one night.
Wow.
If I
And
reach final, yeah.
so
But
that's like one gloved, one MMA, and one bare knuckle. Is that right?
that's the trilogy I've got signed up with a lad called George Williams.
Okay.
Um, that's a different one. That's a signed trilogy.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have my first MMA fight with him. A fight in the pit and a gloved fight at the end,
Wow.
hopefully. So it's gonna be signed trilogy that. But the
Yeah.
prize fight is different. That's I don't know my opponents, and that's just gonna be there's 8 selected fighters for that one.
Wow. So you're holding nothing back. Your last year in the game, my friend. I think that is
Big
absolutely.
big last year. I'm chucking the kitchen sink at every single fight. I think everybody thinks I'm on default. I've had a few bad results, a few good results. So I think everyone's calling me out to get a win. They're thinking, I think, but there's still some life in old dog yet. So I was going to chuck everything in this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be cheering for you all the way, but you know what matters most is when you walk out of there, when you are done and dusted, hang about, no regrets, nothing left, just, you've left it all in the ring or the cage or the
Yeah,
gym or whatever, I mean, I say that's the most important thing.
yeah.
Speaking just,
I had a bit of a taste of retirement a few months ago. I think I'm going through a bit of a feeling sorry for myself stage, and I retired, and I had a lot of regrets because I was retired with regrets, so I couldn't do that. So this year I'm going to chuck everything out. So I've got no regrets now when I've retired.
absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, just personally from my experience of interviewing, um, well, today is the episode 440 by the way, interviews I've done, mostly with fighters,
Yeah.
other things as well. One of the important lessons that I've learned from speaking with all those men and some women as well is what I just said. No matter what other people think of it, as long as you've left it all in there, you've got no regrets. Then that's all that counts. What when you look yourself in the mirror, that's all that counts at the end of the day. So
Yeah, I can't retire thinking I've still got something left, and I've still got something left to prove. So I'm just going to chuck it all this year, and whatever happens, happens. At least I'll retire happy with myself. Do you know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah, that's what counts, mate. But like I say, I've been cheering for you. Absolutely. I mean, you were saying just now about warriors, about old school, warriors, that mentality. You've definitely got that,
Yeah,
proper true fighting mentality. So all the respect in the world for you, mate. Absolutely. And that's
yeah,
why I wanted to help you out today, as well with
yeah.
it. So a couple of other things there. Now, obviously, a different thing because I know we move around in time a little bit here. We'll talk about a few things from the past, but before we do, obviously, you're doing a lot with helping others now, and like doing your own shows. You're getting that set up. I've seen the videos out there with some top lads, and there's a lot of things going on. So share with us a little bit about what's happening with that side of things, please, mate, as well.
Yeah, we've got into doing a bit of charity event, producing some of them. Nathan Dixon's the head of it. He's already done one a few months ago. I was supposed to be fighting on it. I was fighting this heavyweight on it. He's already done one successfully, and it's something he wanted to carry on with. So he's asked me to jump on board with him, and we're gonna end up doing about 2 a year, 2 to 3 a year.
Okay.
So it's just to help people in need. It's gonna be something personal every time, every show. Yeah, like I said, some big names have come forward, like Tom Aspinall, Lee Selby, Sonny Edwards. There's a few lads, who's come forward. So it's been publicised good.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome helping people in need. And like I say, yeah, I've seen some of those names. I got to give a big shout out to Lee Selby because you probably don't know this. Lee Selby was the first guy ever give me a chance in back when I was doing the photography and everything with fights. Helped me a lot. And counted him as a really good friend. So I just want to give him a personal shout out. Lee,
Yeah,
absolutely
he's a good person. Got a good art on him as Lee Selby.
good heart of gold. And they're
Yeah,
all good lads you got there coming, but I just wanted to give him a shout out. So, okay, and then if people want to come along to that, people in the area, I know you're posting it everywhere and all of this, but anyone who doesn't know, how can they get in touch, get tickets and come along?
yeah, it's actually selling quite good, but these tickets still available. But it's actually this Saturday, 2 days away. So there's going to be ticket sales on doors, and it's at Wakefield Light Race, West Yorkshire.
Awesome. Yeah, well,
Um,
and what's last minute, guys? It's a good cause if you want a night
yeah,
out. I mean, sorry, because I'm still got a bit of a scrambled head from it, what I've had. But
yeah,
I thought it was the following week actually. But anyway, this week. But anyone who wants a night out, yeah, absolutely, because it is for good cause, genuinely.
yeah,
And I will say to our viewers as well, most of them will know you, but anyone who doesn't know you, and like you saying about Nate Dixon, big shout out to him as well. All the guys involved got absolute hearts of gold, so you know
yeah,
the money will go to the right place. And I'm just saying that because most people will know you, but anyone who
yeah.
does, absolutely. So I think it's awesome, mate. I mean, helping people in life is one of the highest things that
Um,
we can aim for.
yeah, and it's actually helped me doing it as well. If that sounds, I know it sounds a bit funny that, but actually, doing this show, it's been stressful. Behind closed doors, it's been stressful, but it's actually helped me. Something to focus on and stuff like that. And there's a few lads who was fighting on it it's really something close to that to them because especially a lad called Reese Booth, he lost his son last year. So he's actually fighting in it. I donated my shorts and he's actually got all his son's name and stuff like that on the shorts. So yeah, I'm gonna be excited to see his fight. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of personal stuff as well. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. It's a beautiful thing, bringing people together for a good cause,
Yeah,
obviously giving the fighters the opportunity and obviously the good cause behind it. I think it's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I hope there'll be many more of those and I hope it goes really, really well on Saturday because I think it's absolutely awesome work.
yeah.
The
Could I
thing-
shout out a couple of charities involved
yeah,
in that?
yeah, shout out anyone you like,
Uh,
mate. It's all about thank
yeah,
yous.
Candlelight Charity and Martin's House Charity to do a lot for kids really poorly kids
Mm,
and the kids with cancer and stuff like that. So yeah, there's really good charities.
Absolutely. It's good to give a mention to as many people as we can, and we'll give a couple of other mentions so I don't forget because I'm still a bit forgetful since the illness and everything. You also mentioned about some lads who've given you, some legends who've given you some kind words as well. Because when you mentioned, you said Joe Egan, Matt Legg, Stephen French, and Norman Buckland. Absolutely awesome fellas. They've been saying kind words about you as well.
Yeah, I think the close friends Christian, Matt Legg and Stephen French, especially, and Norman Buckland. They go to a lot of Spartan shows.
Yeah.
So when they're there, they see what we do, and they got a lot of time for fighters, and they'll go around individually and give them a bit of advice and stuff like that, which is always nice.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think it's absolutely awesome that you're getting the recognition first of all, but also though, yeah, all those guys supporting the show. In fact, it's getting bigger because I saw a post the other day with Christian that Dave the Beast Radford himself was at a show recently. I saw a photo as well. So I mean, that is absolutely big shout out to what Christian's doing. Absolutely, because I always say as well, with Spartan, I've said this before, not to go off on a tangent, but he saves a lot of lives with what he's doing. Through the mental health and stopping the knife crime and the street fighting and all this stuff. It really, I mean, absolutely that saved a lot of people. So, I want to give a big shout out to him
It's
as well.
it's best promotion I've ever boxed on. I'm not just saying that because I'm signed with them. It really is. It's like a family. When I was boxing amateur, I can't remember half the guys' names. Who I fought, but guaranteed every fight I've had at Spartan, they've become my best mates and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I train at Dean Hunt's gym now in Bradford, Solid Impact, and he's British champion, current British champion.
Yeah,
And that's always belt I'm going for. So it's a bit weird that, but he's gonna fight for the world title, and that's gonna come available then.
absolutely awesome. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity. Shout out to him as well, And yeah,
Yeah,
it's a tight knit community because, I mean, obviously, I've been out here now in Cyprus about 14, 15 months or whatever, and but I still keep an eye on what everyone's doing, and absolutely the way the fighters support each other with Spartan. It's not like anything else, and it's very special. So that's why I want to mention that. As well, there's a couple of other things here that I know you want to touch on to do with your own background, to do with some of the things you've overcome. Because I know you're very keen to get the inspirational message. Last time we spoke about like some of the recovery, and we spoke about the mini stroke, and we spoke about like a whole bunch of things. So anyone who hasn't seen it, check out that first episode. But I know there was a couple of other things that you wanted to mention because I think that was like your first interview or something, wasn't it, with me there?
yeah,
Um, yeah, go ahead, my friend. I know you
yeah,
have.
yeah. Well, it's well documented about my stroke, and I was paralysed for a 3 month and 3 to 6 months. I was paralysed, and then obviously I've not only recovered, I've come back into fighting game, and that's a big achievement. But yeah, it's well documented that I had a stroke because of all the bad stuff I was doing, because loss of my daughters and stuff like that. But yeah, I was going to talk about when I was fighting in my dad's pubs. When my dad came out of prison, he had a lot of pubs, and he had me fight in bare knuckle in yard for money and stuff like that. I never said that, So that was my first inquiry about bare knuckle boxing. So that's how, before my first fight.
So your dad organized your first fight in the pubs. So was it like what like the gypsy type traveler
Yeah,
style?
really rough pubs, yeah. And it just came out when I've been out locals. I've had a few drinks. They've come and they've ended up having a little bit of a scat with them at yard, and then people are putting money down and stuff because they're all young, 14, 15 years old,
Yeah.
and they were both fully grown men, like my age now. So
Wow, I didn't know that. I mean, fair play. That is yeah, that's a different start in the game. I mean, like traveling men. I mean, everybody knows it's a whole different breed unto itself, and
yeah,
not a lot of people know, but I do have some heritage myself, with that, and I mean, they're different breeds. So I didn't know that. So you started from a younger age, and where I even knew. So getting in the pit now, it's like second nature for you. Then I mean, fair play.
yeah. Yeah, it's still, obviously, I've been amateur, didn't I? So I had that boxing pedigree. It's took me a long time, and I've learned the hard way that pit fighting is totally different. You've got to
Yeah,
be aggressive. You've got to be a bit mean. You know what I mean? Can't really box. If you try box, you normally 8 times out of 10 you get caught. So you need to put it straight on them.
yeah, different breed in here, different breed.
Yeah, yeah,
So, speaking of which, you said about, by the way, I know this probably isn't going to be like super easy to talk about, so I respect it, but you did say something about like you had a message you wanted to get out there to your daughter at one point, when we were speaking before setting this up today.
yeah,
I know you mentioned it last time, I kept it in my mind to
yeah,
cross. Is there anything you'd like to say? I mean, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's really valuable that,
Just the fact that one day they can see all the stuff I've been doing, and I keep telling them I love them and stuff like that. So hopefully they're just like they watch the videos and they know that I love them and I'll always be fighting for them and stuff like that.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure they're proud of you, champ, because
Yeah,
you're doing some amazing thing. But I'm not going to go too much into this because I know how much it is. But listen, for
yeah,
so many mates of mine, I mean, I don't have kids yet, but for so many mates of mine, who've got kids and they're taking, haven't taken away. It's like I'd seeing a heart ripped out of somebody. Well, it's
yeah.
still
If it weren't for my son, I've got a 2-year-old now. Who I think you were one last time I spoke to you. We're a baby, wasn't it?
yeah,
Last time I spoke to you. Yeah, he's been my buck. He really has. So he's been my best mate. And he comes to gym with me, boxing gym. He's got his own boxing gloves. He's already boxing at 2 years old. So hopefully he's going to be one for the future.
yeah, future world champ right there.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I love it. I love it. No, I mean it's really good for kids. Get them in, get them in the discipline and all
yeah,
that sort of
yeah,
stuff. Um, That's so awesome that is, mate. Because I know, yeah, I know you've had the ups and downs, and
yeah.
this is
And
this is
and I want them to know that they've got a brother. My daughters. So hopefully, even if they don't get in touch with me, they get in touch with him. So that will be enough for me. So
absolutely, yeah, absolutely, man. I feel you on that 100% because it's
yeah,
a rough thing, but then you're leaving a really good legacy for them. So
yeah,
you're leaving a legacy for them to look up to. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure you'll reconnect one day. But in the
yeah,
meantime, hopefully they can see what you're doing and be proud of that. So
yeah.
yeah, all right, cool. So that's that side of it as well. Um, Now that you had a little, couple of thank yous of people who were helping you earlier, are there other people that you want to thank, whether it's sponsors, people helping you in the gym, anybody that we haven't mentioned helping you in any way, shape, or form?
Um, Yeah, I want to thank you to my team, Dean Johnsfield. He's down at Muscle Pit. Sam Cullingworth, well, that's me, his gym. Um, Dean Hunt, I think I said Dean Hunt, and everybody at Solid Impact Gym. So that gym's, even though I boxed out at Dickie's gym and Sultan's gym, that gym, I've got more love for that gym, even this short time, than any other gym I've been to, because it's got that. I think Dean's brought that Spartan feeling to it, into the gym, where everybody's a close family, close community, and it's just the most nicest feeling ever. When you walk into the gym, you just want to do good for that gym. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, so a Solid Impact Gym in Bradford, um, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
That's good. That's good. And the other thing that I know you said, I mean, because don't get me wrong, I've been keeping an eye on everything you're doing anyway, but it was kind of you to compile and pull some stuff together for us to talk about and help me prep for that because especially after a night shift as well. I used to work nights, so I know how
yeah,
that goes. Used to do that, but you mentioned as well somebody made a song about you as well, and you sent it to me. Now I haven't had time to listen to it. I'm going to be honest with you, but I will give it a listen later on today, hopefully. But tell us, for anyone who hasn't heard it or people who have heard it, a little bit about what's happened with that.
yeah. It's a up and coming DJ called Reese Juice. Really good lad. He right out of blue. Really, I just saw it. He sent me it once, and it's about basically it's about getting knocked down and always coming back up, and that anyone can keep fighting and stuff like that. And it's a bit of a like a binge watch one.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That is very cool. That is very
yeah.
cool.
It weren't expected, when you saw it.
Yeah. And absolutely, that is absolutely awesome. I mean, like I say, the recognition you get in from those legends that I listed out earlier, the song, I mean, it shows that even when you do retire, you're going to be remembered very, very fondly.
Yeah.
I also want to touch on that very briefly as well, something because I know at the moment we're focused on the future and we're focused on everything you've got left in the tank, but I wanted to give a brief mention to, out of everything you've achieved already, what are you most proud of out of all of the fights that you've had? Do you have like favorite ones or some that like are more special than other ones in some?
I think when I went amateur, that were top of my level. I were top of my game then. Skill wise and fitness wise, I were very good. But I'm more proud of probably my first fight coming back after a stroke
Yeah,
against the champion Ryan Sampson.
yeah,
And that's what my son's actually called, Samson. It's not named after him. It's just a funny coincidence because they were already born then. But I think that's my proudest moment, and I think I'm still the person to give him his hardest fight, in the pit.
I agree. Yeah, man, I agree because I mean a
And
lot. He doesn't even. I mean, oh, he's
they
out.
don't make it. Yeah. And he's fighting. I think Conor McGregor's signed him now,
Yeah,
so he's fighting under Conor McGregor now. So I wish him all luck for the future.
absolutely. So do
Yeah,
I. Big
yeah,
shout out to Brian Sanson, absolute legend. Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. Okay. So I think we've covered a lot of stuff that you want to get out there. Is there any other things you want to get off your chest, my friend, before we wrap things up today? I mean, you're always welcome on my show anyway. So even if you want to do another one next year, what I always say, it's like we had the rule with, or like we had a year, sorry, between these two. Maybe not as long as that, but you've got to give it a few more fights. You've got to give it, 3 fights, 5 fights, whatever, to have enough to talk about. But if you want to do another one next year, like around the time of coming together,
yeah.
it's more
Um,
than welcome. But for this one, anything else you want to get off out of here, or
um,
you happy?
I've got what 5, 6 fights left. I best say a massive thank you to Mez as well. Mez, when I but Solid Impact's quite far from me, so when I'm not training there, he comes round to me all the time, and is every day. I'm sparring with him, I'm training with him, and he's taking me everywhere. So I've got to say a massive thank you to Mez as well. No, but I think that's it. I'm going to see you in Cyprus out in summer. Um, we're going to come out. We're going to fly out to Cyprus and see you. So
Yeah, come
I've got
visit.
to talk.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely looking forward. I remember you saying about that. And yeah, come over here. I'll show you the best places. I'll show you
Yeah,
around. And absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's an amazing place like that. So
yeah. It'd be nice to go back because I was there for a few
yeah,
for a bit of time in army as well. So
yeah, you're out a few months with the army. I remember you saying about that. Yeah, yeah. So you know
um,
a little bit. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so it'll be like some old memories as well as new memories, so that's going to be that's
yeah,
the best way. Absolutely. I mean, it is lovely when people come out and visit me and come see and I catch up with them when they're out here. It'll be lovely to see you and yeah, man, I'll show you some good spots. So, all right, well, good luck for those fights. Have a great Christmas as well, and a happy New Year. Obviously, we'll speak before then, but I wanna wish you that in person because it's nicer than over
yeah,
the voice thing and all that.
yeah,
Obviously, we'll speak and we'll get this out there before then. But I hope you and your family have a lovely time
yeah,
and
yeah,
keep doing that, my friend, because I can tell you've been through a few highs and lows lately, but just
yeah.
keep chin up. And a lot of people got more love
Yeah,
and
yeah,
respect, including myself, for you. Okay.
yeah. Respect them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.